It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Memphis Grizzlies at their home, FedEx Forum. Memphis has not been playing their best basketball. In comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. Marc Gasol will take the floor tonight, the younger Gasol brother. Hasn't won a championship yet, which of course Pau has. But Shaq, would you consider him the top center in the league, Marc Gasol?
He's in the top two. You know, what I like about his game, there's no weaknesses in his game. Hits all of his shots from anywhere. Makes his free throws at almost 80%. I'd like to see him be a little bit more meaner, a little bit more dominant. But to answer your question, he's in the top two, Ernie.
Top two. Where's he rank with you?
Wow, I'm just trying to figure out who's your one. Is it DeMarcus Cousins?
It sure is.
Oh, I knew he was going there. But he's a great passer. I don't know if Cousins is the passer that Gasol is, but nobody, absolutely no one can defend that hook shot, that old school running hook shot, almost like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, bite your tongue.
Stop it.
What are you doing now?
Okay, it's not like that.
It's like George Mikan.
But it is a hook.
Little George Mikan.
Right. Okay. That's it. Almost time for tip-off. We'll see you next time.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's a Western Conference battle at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis as the Grizzlies look to work the home court advantage. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Andrew Bogut. I think we could sort of see it in his first couple games, that he's really feeling out his new team.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it all hype, or will it be reality? We're about to find out, along with the fans in this stadium and the people watching at home.
And you can feel the excitement in here today, guys. I mean, anytime you add a player of his caliber, it is going to be a huge lift for your team.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Harrison Barnes. He'll get out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Matthews, and it's Williams at the one. Bogut with a screen on Allen. Here's Barnes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
He misses the free throw. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more, Clark, assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
He hits the second from the line. It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk just for a bit. He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
Thank you, Doris. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Parsons with it. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Parsons got 5 now.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley. Nobody near Parsons. No good on the triple.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
Grizzlies have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Allen gets to Conley. Back to Allen. All alone. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
And stolen by Nowitzki. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Stolen by Michael Conley. Parsons against Barnes. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Darren Williams. Shoots it up. And another basket for Dallas. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Conley with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nowitzki with the steal. And Nowitzki with a clear path to the basket. Rejected by Randolph. And that one's good, Barnes. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Parsons' shot is off. Mavericks leading by 5. Now Matthews. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
5 on the clock. Williams with a clean look. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Feeds to Conley. Dishes it to Randolph. Taken away by Williams. Fast break, Dallas. Matthews leading the charge. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 7.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Gasol's shot is good. And so it's Dallas with him. Outside Williams. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Over in the corner, Barnes. And another basket for Dallas. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to San Antonio.
It wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Here is Conley. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Conley inside the line, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Mavericks leading by 9. Williams with the ball. Conley picks him up. Williams against Conley. Nowitzki with the screen on Conley. Now the pass to Bogut. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards or those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. That's off as well, so he misses both.
In a league that's becoming more and more pick and roll oriented, Zach Randolph is more of a throwback, if you will. I mean, he likes to back his man down and battle for those offensive rebounds.
Brandon Wright's checked in for Zach Randolph. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Oh, I love the power forward. Zach Randolph always seems to carve out space, the space he needs to play well.
Yeah, he's unorthodox but extremely gifted. A nice blend of physicality with high skill level, especially when you talk about shooting the ball.
Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-7 run. Now here's Barea. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Here's Adams. The Mavericks making the shot. Wright sets a screen. Six on the shot clock. And Curry pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
That free throw good from Barea.
For me, my favorite memory of Barea is outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
And both free throws good for Barea.
And getting back to Barea's contributions against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth-quarter comeback in Game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Barea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Barea helped the Mavs go on to win their own championship.
And now we get a chance to see how the Grizzlies are doing in the NBA rankings right now. 8th in blocks, 8th in free throw percentage, and they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
Free throw drops for Ennis.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
That one misses. And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in their final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time.
Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Now, here's Adams. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Daniels. Trying to find Wright. He's got it now.
His first personal foul. 3rd team foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Brandon Wright. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Wright. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, the free throw line has really hurt him.
Yeah, it's been a rough start there, and they could use those points, no doubt about it.
And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity, and Adams with the slam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Barea. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game, and it's blocked by Adams. And they'll keep possession. The Grizzlies trail by 11. The feed to Ennis. Good D by Lee.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Good.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Here's Green. The shot's good on the assist by Daniel. Green's got his first points in this one.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Ennis passes to Adams. He dishes it to Ennis. Jacks up a 3, and he gets it to go.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
The big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Here's Curry. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Don't let him shoot that.
Ennis with the ball. Curry meets him. Pulls up on the elbow. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
know, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give him credit for at least taking the risk.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Daniels kicks to right. Pass to Daniels. Adams outside. Here's Wright, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch. That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
So it's the Mavericks now, following the score by Memphis. Powell kicks to Lee. Dallas moving the ball around. Sinks the triple. Powell's got 5 now.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Memphis trailing here. Adams outside. Here's Daniels. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Daniels has got himself on the board with 3 there. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Up top, Berea. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. That's good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Now, here's Adams. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Daniels dishes to right. Power down with both hands.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Dallas leading by 4. Here's Berea. From deep. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career. Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backboard.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
On the court for the Mavericks. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nowitzki. And it's Matthews, and it's Bogut, and it's Williams at the point guard position.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Nowitzki, good.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And how about last year, Dirk Nowitzki jumping to 7th all-time in scoring. I mean, passing the great Moses Malone for that spot, and he surely will keep climbing this season.
Now Williams, following the miss by Chandler Parsons from deep. Randolph against Nowitzki.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early.
Randolph gets to Conley. It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go. The Mavericks in offense.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Randolph draws the double. Allen inside the three-point line. The Grizzlies with another miss.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Here's Gasol. After Wesley Matthews scored, Nowitzki with the steal. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. He shoots again. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Allen. Gasol passes to Parsons. No good off the back of the rim.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Nobody near Barnes. Off target from three-point range. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Parsons on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Got a piece of it. Randolph kicks to Parsons. And the miss by Parsons.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
On defense, Memphis. Nowitzki a screen. The dish to Bogut. Shot clock at 6. The fadeaway, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And it's 7 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
You know, in Dirk Nowitzki, you start to wonder if he's the best foreign-born player ever. Of course, you have a lot of competition for that distinction. I mean, you got Hakeem, Nash, Parker, just to name a few.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Back to the topic of Nowitzki as the greatest foreign-born player ever. I think Hakeem Olajuwon. Clark is really his only challenger.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I'd keep Hakeem at the top of that list just because of his presence and impact at both ends of the floor. But Dirk, clearly one of the all-time greats in NBA history.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. And it's Conley penetrating. They double-team Conley. And it's Randolph with the jam.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Williams against Conley. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now here's Gasol. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
And he can't hit the second.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Set 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the energy, and that's how you make the most of an affiliate.
Here is Conley. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. And finished off by Gasol.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. You know, considering the Grizzlies and their D-League partnership, it really makes sense for the franchise. Memphis has always been a place where they grow their own talent. A lot of good players have come out of Memphis. Not a lot of big names signed in free agency by the Grizzlies.
Barnes can't get it to go.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Here's Conley, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
And guys, one thing you sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
The first one falls. And for Mike Conley, growing up, he played on some tremendously talented teams. Guys like Greg Oden, Josh McRoberts, his teammates.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he never had to really look for his own offense to win games with those kind of players around him. He came into the league more focused on setting up his teammates, and that's what he does well.
And Conley drops them both.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
Now here's Williams. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. And the basket by Bogut.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. And Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff teams in the West, they were only 10-18 over the course of the season.
Good point. Here's Williams after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Matthews with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
Now here's Ennis. 14 points from him the last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Daniels. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Here's Barea. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Hits out that one from Ennis.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. White, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. And Dallas with a change here, too. Powell, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Daniels kicks to Adams. Passes to Daniels. Feeds to Anderson. Another shot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Now when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And he makes the first. One thing about David Lee is a proven scorer and rebounder. Clark, health, though, has been a concern.
It has been very durable early in his career, Kevin, but of late we've seen hamstring issues, back issues, and torn hip flexors, and that's taken a toll on him for sure.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And guys, for David Lee, when healthy, he can absolutely fill it up. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, can score over both shoulders, a really solid passer, and of course, a volume rebounder.
Daniels dishes to Wright. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists in the game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop. And David Lee reworking to improve his mid-range jumper going into last season. When he's hitting that shot, guys, he's almost impossible to defend.
Now here's Adams. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Daniels with it. Curry meets him. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Daniels. And here's Barea. He has 6. He feeds it to Lee. And he banks in the layup. Lee's got 7 points in the game.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Memphis has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Green, the screen. Adams, the pass to Green. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Anderson with the ball. Now guarded by Ennis. No good from Lee.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Shot's good. Adams has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Screen by Lee. Down low. The Grizzlies pull it in. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
Now here's Green. 4 on the clock. Here's Ennis. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And now just a 3-point Maverick lead. Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
Dallas calls timeout.
And for Wright, being traded twice He's one of those players that is so efficient, but in small doses. So really the ultimate bitch guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
So it's the Mavericks now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Now here's Barea. D right on him. Anderson outside. Lee kicks to Barea. Dallas moving it around.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Wright sets a screen.
His second personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Daniels. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Barea. He's got 6. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Barea. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Daniels with it, guarded by Curry. From 11 feet away, Daniels, no good. Dallas leading by 5. Kicks to Barea. Dishes to Anderson. It's rebounded by Memphis. Wright's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the pass to Daniels. At the elbow, Green. Inside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best. The Mavericks 4th.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
And we've seen Dallas just be fantastic since the start of the new millennium. Year in and year out, they seem to always win 50 games. Hit that mark again last season.
And the second free throw, good. Well, last season they won 50, Greg, as you just said. That marked Clark the 12th time. It happened since 2000.
Well, clearly this franchise has been committed to winning. I mean, you hear that from a lot of franchises, but they often aren't willing to take the risk that the Mavericks take. The Mavs do a good job of putting their money where their mouth is.
And so it's Memphis with it. They trail by 6. To the paint. Here's Wright, and he slams it one-handed.
solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Barea. Grizzlies making the shot. The kick out to Anderson. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Barea with it. From deep three-point range. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with David Lee. And David, tell us what your approach was defensively in this game tonight.
Well, we made some mistakes here and there. Our biggest thing is if we don't turn the ball over, I think we're going to be okay. They got a couple easy buckets in transition.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, they're paying attention to the boards, and that's a good thing. When you're trying to get ahead and stay ahead, it often comes down to a few key possessions. Any extra rebounds you can get is a big difference. I like their intensity out there.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Reminds me of Kenny's suit selection. Has been very, very sloppy. Way too many turnovers. They look unorganized, out of control. It's not pretty basketball. The good news, though, they're still in a great position to win the game if they just cut down the turnovers.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Look at the night for Barnes. He's got 11 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And it's Parsons in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Barnes. Parsons with some nice D.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Looking to end his cold spell. He lays it in. Parsons got the first basket of the second half. That one for Memphis. Mavericks leading by 3. Williams with the ball. Conley picks him up. Outside Matthews. Screen by Bogut. Nowitzki dishes to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Off target with his 3. Memphis has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Parsons kicks to Conley. He nails it, and we're tied up. Conley's got 5.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Here's the screen. Nowitzki with the screen on Conley. Williams passes to Matthews. Down low. And there's Bogut on the assist by Matthews. And it's 6 points for Andrew Bogut.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Now here's Randolph. He's got 6. Allen's shot is off. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. to the inside, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Wesley Matthews? He's right around 13 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Now here's Williams. Bogut dishes to Nowitzki.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
And stolen by Barnes. And the basket by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 11.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
For Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Outside Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Bogut. No good on the 3.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Randolph. Allen with it. Matthews covering. Outside Conley. They double team Conley. Parsons attacking. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Williams kicks to Matthews. Can't hit from in close.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Conley against Williams. The kick out to Matthews. Lets it go from deep. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got his 8th assist here tonight. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Randolph, a screen on Williams. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Allen with it. Matthews covering. Conley into Bowane. And stolen by Barnes. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. And that one's good. Barnes has got 13 points. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Dallas.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game. And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Dirk Nowitzki. First in three-point shooting, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And not only is he dialing it up from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters.
Parsons for 3. And that's collected by Bogut.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Dallas leading by 3. Matthews dishes to Bogut. And it's Dallas with another.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Memphis has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Conley kicks to Randolph. Parsons passes to Randolph. Here's Gasol, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Gasol's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Matthews. He's got 9. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. The Grizzlies trail by 3.
Boy, the Grizzlies had a good shot at winning their division last year. Ended up only 1 game behind the Rockets at the end of the season. Tough pill to swallow for them.
Conley kicks to Gasol. 6 to shoot. Parsons. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 9 points for Chandler Parsons. Dallas calls timeout. And for the Grizzlies, it would have been their first Southwest Division title ever last year. They remain the only team in the division to not win it yet. Houston won it last season.
Yeah, and they only went 9-7 last season within the division. That was still the best in-division record in the Southwest. Every other team went 8-8 or 7-9.
And the Mavericks with some changes. David Lee checked in for Bogut, for Dirk Nowitzki, and Barea subbed in for Wesley Matthews. For Dallas, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. It's Williams with the drive. Here's Lee. That one a little long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Conley dishes to Randolph. Back to Conley. They double team Conley. And so here is Dallas. The Mavericks leading. Outside Williams. Here's Lee, and Gasol sends it back. The open shot, Williams, and at last they get one to fall.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Anderson, he's checked in for Dallas. Curry comes in for Williams. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Adams outside. Here's Green. Knight sets a screen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on David Lee. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Mavericks, number 1.
And all those points off turnovers have been a huge bonus. I mean, that aggressive defense has also paid dividends at the offensive end of the floor.
And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's Anderson with the drive. Misses the layup.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Lee with the steal.
Boy, good work there in getting the hand in there to come up with that steal.
Now Barea, 8 points for him. Pass to Lee. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 11 points for David Lee.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And checking out Memphis. Not really any threat right now as their record's showing a lot more losses.
And I think for Dallas, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Here's Powell, guarded by Green. To the left side wing. Here's Powell. 9 points in the game so far.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game.
Third team foul.
Here's Daniels, guarded by Barea. And here's Daniels. He's got 9. To the middle, here's Wright, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Barea. He's got 8 from 10 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Barea's got 10.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down.
Now here's Ennis. 11 points in the game. Wright, the pass to Daniels. Over to the wing. Adams outside. And Wright kicks to Ennis. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Barea dishes to Lee. Again, the miss by Lee.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Adams, right side. Wright outside. The feed to Ennis. Back to Wright. 5 to shoot. For the lead. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Just his first attempt. The shot by Curry, no good. Memphis trailing here. Daniels passes to Adams. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Here's Ennis. The Mavericks pull it in. Barea with it. He's got 10. Anderson outside. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
.106 left here in the third quarter. Daniels kicks to Ennis, and he gets it to go. Ennis has got 4 this quarter. Here is Barea. From the line, will not go. This is off the front iron. Memphis has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Barea, and it's Wright sending it back. Hope they get it back. Curry dishes to Barea. Another miss by Barea. Now Adams, down low, 3 seconds left, and the dunk by Wright.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Grizzlies lead by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. And so here is Dallas. It's a 5-point game on the court for the Mavericks. We've got Matthews. Nowitzki is out there with Bogut. Then it's Williams. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Here's Nowitzki. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Nowitzki's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Dallas. Williams against Conley. He dishes it to Allen. Pass to Gasol. Looks for Randolph, gets it to him. Parsons for 3, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Offensive rebound, Barnes. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Barnes hits them both.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
First team foul.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Allen passes to Randall. Nice D from Bogut.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Nowitzki a screen. Williams against Carter. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Bogut. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Memphis leading. In the corner, Parsons with it. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And the miss by Parsons.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Hey, guys, it's been a slow decline for Darren Williams the last few seasons. Once considered an elite point guard, he just doesn't have that stature any longer.
Well, for Williams, Greg, in his decline, his field goal percentage dropped to below 40% last season. Clark, I never thought I'd see the day with that.
Those were the worst offensive numbers since his rookie season. I mean, he had the game that you thought would carry him past his athletic prime, but that might not be the case the way those numbers look.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Conley kicks to Gasol. They set the screen. Here's Parsons, and he comes off the screen and slams it through. And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
And so here is Dallas following the score by Memphis. Williams dishes to Nowitzki. Passes it to Matthews. Fades back. Here's Bogut. And Gasol sends it back. And it's Memphis on the break. Conley's running. Rejected by Nowitzki. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. That shot wide open. 10 points for Zach Randolph.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Nowitzki. Nowitzki a screen. It's Williams with the drive. And the basket by Bogut.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Conley against Williams. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. This all setting the pick for Parsons. 3 on the clock. Latrey. And that's collected by Bogut.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Now here's Parsons. Harrison Barnes missing his shot. Randolph passes to Parsons. Back to Randolph. And it's sent back by Bogut. Here's Williams. Good chance here for Barnes. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 17 points for Barnes. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fella.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Now here's Conley. Randolph kicks to Allen. Left side, Parsons. Parsons can't get that one to fall.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Barnes with it. Conley picks him up. Williams for 3. Parsons with the rebound. Memphis has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. They double him with Matthews. Gives it out to Parsons. And finished off by Gasol. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the football.
Well said, Jay. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
That's good. And that's 15 points for Nowitzki.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
Memphis trailing here. Outside Conley. Nobody near Allen. They get the rebound. Randolph kicks to Parsons. Outside Conley. They double team Conley. Out to the right wing. Gasol wide open. He fires. And right through it goes. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter. The Mavericks shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Parsons, and it's sent back by Bogut. Shot is off. Some solid defense from Randolph. And the Grizzlies shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. Gasol dishes to Parsons. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
So far in the game for Randolph, he's got 10 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Nowitzki with the screen on Conley. Williams passes to Nowitzki. No good with the triple.
1 made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Nowitzki with the steal. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And Allen with the block. And here is Conley. To the inside. Here's Parsons. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Darren Williams. Both free throws good from Parsons. Here is Matthews. To the left wing. Nowitzki with the screen on Randolph. Screen by Bogut. Looking to end his cold spell. Rejected by Gasol. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Shooting for Memphis. Tony Allen. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Allen. He's off on the second. Mavericks trail by 3. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
Now here's Parsons. The dish to Gasol. It's Allen on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Conley's shot is off. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Matthews, no one around him. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 14 points for Wesley Matthews. Conley kicks to Randall. Back to Conley. Feeds it to Gasol. Kicks it out to Parsons. Memphis moving that ball around from outside the arc. And the basket good. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Now here's Barea. Screened by Bogut. There's the double team with Allen. Bogut dishes to Nowitzki. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Now here's Parsons. Back to Gasol. It's stolen by Bogut. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Matthews having a good one. He's got 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Now here's Conley. Here's Randolph. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Here's Nowitzki. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Nowitzki has been playing really well. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's stolen the ball 4 times.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Williams, he's checked in for the Mavericks. so he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Memphis leading. Outside Conley. They double team Conley. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
It's been quite a game for Chandler Parsons.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Dallas calls timeout. They're losing by 1. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:48 left in the game. Williams with the ball. Nowitzki outside. Outside Williams. Back to Nowitzki. Pocket 6. He's looking for Bogut. He finds him, and he gets the bucket. Bogut's got 4 points this quarter. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Grizzlies shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Out to the wing. Bogut against Randolph. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Shooting for Memphis. Zach Randolph. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They trail by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? You've got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg. But the foul has to come immediately after that.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Williams against Conley. Randolph in the posts. Parsons for 3. Can't get the 3 to fall. With an intentional foul there, stops the clock.
no choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 5. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this time out here. Rugged play under the boards. It's not a place for the weak of heart. You've got to go in there physically and aggressively.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dirk, during that second half, what brought the conviction the team showed that allowed you guys to win this thing?
I think we just battled, and that was good for us. I thought that really won us the game down the stretch. We scrambled for each other. We rotated. Got a couple lucky bounces down the stretch, and that always helped.
Dirk, thank you. Kevin, it all starts with that competitive spirit.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Dirk Nowitzki, with a strong double-double, points and rebounds. He was a force that was not going to be denied with his efforts both on offense and defense.
And this guy's been doing this his whole career. Man, we're talking about a Hall of Famer here, an icon in the city he brought a championship to. Not forget, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.